So, as many of you may have known, because you watched one of my previous videos, and I appreciate you for doing that. I do indeed. But I bought a Mac Studio, just a base model, and you guys may be able to see it, kind of sneaking here in the corner, maybe somewhere. Well, it's right there. It's behind the MacBook, because the MacBook's doing some work right now, and I just have it plugged into the monitor so I can see it better. But of course, it doesn't come with a keyboard or mouse or anything. Now, luckily, I had an Apple mouse, so that just moved over. But I only had this keyboard right here. You guys see it? This right here, and it was a cheap keyboard that I had. And does it work? Yeah. Does it work good? No, not at all. Like I really dislike it. I have not screwed up typing this bad in a long time. Oh yeah. So I went on the old Amazon, and I bought this. It's a Satechi, I don't know, Slim X1 Bluetooth backlit keyboard. So we'll go downstairs right now. We'll open it, take a look at it, because that's important. And then we'll come up here and set it up on the studio and see if this is better. It can't be worse. There's just no way it can be worse. So on a different note, um, so for the past 2 days, about a month or so ago, I put in to be like an extra on a TV show that's shooting, just outside of Halifax. And they're like, "Yeah, come on, let's go do it." And it was fun. It was a short day. It was like, I don't know, 6, 7 hours with a lunch. I was like, "Yeah, that's fun. It's a nice way to just kind of spend the day and do something different, and kind of see how the set works and all that." It's kind of my interest, right? And so they did another casting call. So I was like, and it was for 2 days, and I was like, "Yeah." And the first one was super fun. I'll do the second one again. And these were not short days. Oh no, not short days by any means. So where they were shooting was an hour and change away from our house. So I got up at 4:15ish, 4:15 in the morning to drive there so I could get there by 6. Is that right? Yeah, 6. And then I ended up getting home at 8:30. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm tired. And then they're like, because you signed up for 2 days, because you had to, right? Because they needed the same people for continuity. And then the second day, I'm like, okay, well, the second day won't be as long, because I was beat, right? Second day was the exact same. I got home at 8:30, got up at 4 something. Yeah, tired today is what I am. All right, so we're doing this Satechi. Now I think I had to pay. It was like $90 Canadian, something like that. I don't have my computer up down here because again it's working upstairs. But I'll put little screenshots of the Amazon listing that I bought this from. But it got good reviews, and the biggest reason that I bought this is that the Apple keyboard, is like $200. Or like it's like $220, I think it is. Now it's got some great features, like it has the Touch ID sensor, which is cool, and that would be awesome. I'd love it, but no, not for my needs. You know what? If I'm gonna buy anything off of Amazon or anything that kind of needs the Touch ID, whatever, I'll just use my MacBook for it. The Studio that I bought, really it's for editing, and that's really what it's for. Anyways, this is the box. So it got good reviews, so that's what I'm hoping for. Slim X1 Bluetooth backlit keyboard for Mac. And the other key is this was a Mac specific keyboard, because yes, even the keyboard upstairs does work on a Mac, but the keys are laid out for a Windows computer. So where the command key would be is not where the command key normally is, right? It's over one, and so that was screwing me up. And it's a cheap keyboard, and you can really tell it's a cheap keyboard. So this opens somehow. Okay, so we'll open it. Yes. I'm hoping it just looks like, you know, the original, kind of like the keyboard I have on my iMac, which is just the small Mac one. Now, does it say anything else here? Yeah, just Bluetooth wireless function keys, connect up to 3 devices. That's awesome because you can use it, as you can see here. You could even use it with like your iPad, and a USB charger, so you can connect it with a USB-C. Again, very similar to like the Apple one, right? But you're not paying Apple prices, which I'm a fan of. This comes out somehow, right? Yep. Nice box. Opens up easy enough. Slim, where's my light? Slim X1. Slim X1. Now, I'm not even 100% sure. I bought this Mac Studio kind of at the wrong time because I know sometime in October that they're going to release, like, my guess is like a Mac Mini Pro with an M2, like an M2 Pro chip in it. And I'm still on the fence, right? If I'm just like want to keep this one, the Studio, or if I'm just like, is it overkill for me? Because it's fast, but is it $2,500, $3,000 with taxes fast, right? So, but if I get an M1 or an M2 Pro Mac Mini, then it would need a keyboard in that anyway. So, okay, so there's your little user manual, right? How you pair your devices, etc., etc. You know what? The key is here for you and me. And again, this is like a first just to set up and figure out how the keys feel and stuff like that. I'm gonna put that right back in there. I'll let you know in the future. Well, maybe I'll just update the comment at the bottom, my pinned comment, which I usually have there, and that pinned comment will let you know like after I've used it. For number 1, oh, that's nice. Are these little things? See that? They're like, where are we? They're right there. These are little bumps, little humpy things. I'm guessing those you would put maybe on the corners just to get it to tilt up if you wanted, is my guess. Kind of maybe optional. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm wrong, I don't know where you would put that. Or you could just lay it flat the way it is. There's your USB-C to USB-C. But anyways, yeah, so I bought this, of course, the 24th of September, the Studio. And I got 2 weeks, right? But no, people are like saying that the Mac, if there's a Mac Mini Pro, Mac Mini M2 Pro, that it would probably come out like end of October, which means I'd have to return the Mac Studio. And oh, that feels nice actually. That's nice. I like that. The M2 Studio, or oh my gosh, the M1 Mac Studio, and I'd kind of just wait and hope, right? Which isn't horrible. Look, that's nice. Yeah, that's solid. And look, there's no bend to it. Like, oh yeah, like that's solid. I like that. And for those of us that are like, hey, I'd like you to release the, the space gray stuff. That's kind of that space gray stuff. And then you can put these little bobbly dewies on the bottom. Oh, that's better already. It feels just like an Apple keyboard. It does, honestly. Okay, I'm down with that. That makes me Trez happy. Oh yes, because number 1, the other one is a wired keyboard, which I don't like because my wife also uses that. Like when she works from home, she plugs into that system upstairs with her. I think it's a Dell laptop, and of course she has her own ergonomic keyboard that she uses. So then that one, we're trying to unplug everything. So the fact is, this is Bluetooth. It should work like a charm. Okay, so I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna charge it for a minute if it needs it. If not, we'll plug it in and see how it does. All right, guys. So I'm back upstairs now. I still got my old crappy keyboard connected. I've been charging the new one down here, and just so you guys know, there is a little green light that shows up here. It's green when it's charged, it's red when it's charging or it needs to be charged. Just like the old Apple one. Again, on the back here, you guys may be able to see that, right? There's a little switch there. So it goes from like not on to on. So if you want to conserve your power even longer, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a screen record here so you guys can see this. We're going to choose this monitor, I think right there. And I didn't know if I needed to keep this keyboard attached because sometimes Macs are like, there's no keyboard. So there's a keyboard now. We're going to go up to Bluetooth. Do I have Bluetooth up here anymore? Maybe I don't have it up there. That's no worries. Bluetooth. I know you have it somewhere. This machine is still indexing. That's how new it is. So fine. Be like that. We're going to go into settings or system prefs, and then we're going to go into Bluetooth here. And yeah, see, show Bluetooth and menu bar. There we go. I'm going to flip this switch to on. And my hope is this. No, maybe. Nope, that's something else. That's some speakers. And maybe I have to hold something. There is a like, I think there's like some Bluetooth buttons on here. See, there's like a 1, 2, and a 3. Maybe I have to hold the function, or maybe I have to just hold the Bluetooth button down. I don't know. Maybe I should be reading the instructions. I'm going to go function and the Bluetooth button. Maybe. See if anything happens. No. All right. Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did. See up here? Slim X1 keyboard. And it's the one button is flashing. So I think I had to hold the function in that. So I'm going to hit connect. Keyboard assistant. Yeah, continue. Hold the letter beside the shift key. I'm with you. Letter beside the shift key. I'm with you. Yep. Whatever is there usually is good. Shut this down. All right, ready? Oh, so good. Hello, world. Crap keyboard. Happy keyboard. Now, this has a complete full charge in it. And just realize, like, if you're looking for like a gaming style keyboard or whatever, and you like that really long travel mechanical style, that's not what this is by any means. So you know, you're not getting that because the travel is not a lot, right? Like if you look at, I'm going to end up typing something, but if you look at the keys, right, like there's not a lot of travel here. But there's also like what I love about this, like there's no flex in this keyboard at all, right? No flex. All the keys are where I want them to be, which is excellent. I love the color. That's kind of space grayish color, which I really like. And supposedly it lights up. So there is a keyboard. I don't know if you can see it. There's keyboard. Oh yeah, look at that. Keyboard brightness, yeah. Now of course that's going to chew up some of your battery if that's something that you care about. But for me, you know what? I would just plug this in every, once in a while. Now the other thing I wonder if you come up here and you put that Bluetooth in your menu bar, oh, so it has it, and it has a battery indicator. So it shows right there, Slim X1 keyboard, 100%, 100% babies. Oh yeah, babies. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. I think this is great. If you're on a little bit, it's not a cheap keyboard. Just like it's not like a $30 keyboard. You're still going to spend about $100. But compared to Apple's, for here in Canada, I think it's $220 for their full size. This was a much better deal, and as of now, pleased. I will let you guys know. I'll give you an update as to what I think of it, maybe in a month or so. I may just update the comment, as well as I'll just, I'll let you know like how long the battery lasts. All right, that's it. Pleased. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and links down below if you are opposed to spending that much money on a keyboard and would rather have a nice third-party option, like me. Alright guys, I'm out. Later.